Support for WUWM podcasts comes from Johnson Financial Group, helping customers build financial plans around their unique goals for over 55 years. More at johnsonfinancialgroup.com. Johnson Bank and Johnson Wealth Inc. are Johnson Financial Group companies.
You're listening to Lake Effect Spotlight from WUWM, Milwaukee's NPR station. Here's one of our favorite conversations about what's happening in the city.
Artificial intelligence is quickly becoming embedded in our society, at work, school, and in much of our online activity. Researchers across the universities of Wisconsin wanted to create a safe place to learn about AI. So they created a 7-part video series about the technology, how to use it, and what kind of mistakes it can make. WUWM education reporter Katherine Kokal is joined by Emily Laird, one of the developers of the free classes.
So, Emily, you collaborated with the universities of Wisconsin to release a 7-part series of short videos on AI. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Sure. So I collaborate across the universities of Wisconsin with a lot of our AI experts and AI leaders. When we found out that there was an opportunity to create these courses, we jumped on it because we do so much partnership across the universities with industries, with K through 12 environments, and we wanted to create something that allowed Wisconsinites, no matter their age or background, to have a foundational literacy in artificial intelligence. First, we wanted them to understand what AI is and what it does. And we didn't want these courses to be jargon heavy. We didn't want people to need any background with artificial intelligence. So starting with what AI actually does, what it is, seemed the most natural to start. From there, we wanted people to understand where they were actually going to see AI, because one of the misconceptions is that folks will say, well, I don't use AI. The reality is you're engaging with AI every day in many applications or devices, softwares, tools that you use, because it is being built in or integrated into those, or has been for over a decade. This technology is here. It's now, it's not going anywhere. It's only going to continue to grow and expand and be integrated into everything that we do. We then wanted to make sure we moved people into how they could use it in a great way, how they could start brainstorming, drafting, learning different opportunities for how they could apply AI in meaningful ways. And then we wanted to move into the safety aspects. So how people could protect themselves, telling people what they should never share with AI, ensuring that they're protecting their passwords, their family details. We even encourage people to take on a safe word for themselves, for their families, for their friends, for their colleagues, because AI can be used in deceptive ways. And so we want to make sure that people are staying safe with this tech. And then we want to be transparent that AI can make mistakes. It can provide you incorrect information and state it in the most confident ways. And we want people to be aware of it. We want that critical thinking to be applied to artificial intelligence use. Lastly, we want people to understand AI's limitations. AI can definitely prepare you in many ways, but it's a collaboration, it's a tool, it's a partnership. We wanted to make sure for areas like legal, finance, or health decisions that we're encouraging people to ensure that AI could be a brainstorming partner, but we really want to ensure that you rely on licensed professionals for this type of work. And so that was kind of our blueprint for how we could use this as an on-ramp for folks for AI literacy to understand the basics, good use cases, and how to stay safe with this technology.
I want to go back to something that you said about a safe word, just to kind of tease that out and explain what you mean by that. That's like having an offline conversation with someone in your family saying, okay, our word is peanut butter. If you ever get a text from me asking for money or saying that I'm in the hospital, like to protect against scams, to then ask that person for the keyword. And if they can't answer it, you assume that they're a scammer or AI. Is that a correct understanding of what you mean by establishing a safe word, or are there other applications of that?
Yes, no, that's exactly what I mean when I say everyone should establish a safe word. I think you should have a safe word with your personal family, with your friends. I think you should have a safe word with your colleagues, because AI can produce text, it can produce video, it can produce sound. You can give AI 3 seconds of someone's voice and it can create audio that sounds just like them. It's important, and I even tell students in our university environment, as students live independently together in groups, if you received a call from someone who said, oh, hey, this is your roommate's friend, I can't remember the code to your house. Again, safe word. If you don't hear that safe word that you have, you should not give out these codes to cars. This is just a new level where AI could be used for scams in nefarious ways. And it is important that we protect ourselves against that. And so I think sometimes people feel like it seems tinfoil hat that I'm saying these things until it happens to you. And then the advice is very real and you wished you would have had it.
Wow, such a good point to have also a safe word with colleagues. I didn't even think about, the hundreds of scam emails and AI generated emails that the average worker gets, to have kind of a safe word to understand, like, okay, I'm actually interacting with my colleague. That's so interesting. I'm going to take a second to reintroduce you here. Today we're hearing from Emily Laird at UW Stout about a series of short videos she helped produce with the universities of Wisconsin about AI. I wanted to ask, there are some serious critiques of AI, its environmental impact, the ethical considerations that people are dealing with as they are using this technology. Does this series talk about those limitations?
We don't go heavily into those limitations in that space. And we went back and forth about this, and our team is certainly not devoid of that knowledge. We host a lot of educational information about it. So we actually host what's called the AI Weekly Meetup, which is every Wednesday from noon to 1, where we dig into those issues much deeper. And it's a global audience. And so we do a lot on those aspects with experts from across the field. But in this instance, we recognize that this tech is here. It's now. It's free in a lot of instances. And folks have it on their phone, on their web applications, in the tools they use, in the software they engage with. And we wanted to ensure that we're creating a literacy on-ramp with this. We recognize and understand there's impacts to sustainability. There is definitely ethical questions that come from much of this technology, but this technology will continue to be developed. It is going to continue to grow as we look at investment across the globe, from compute to data centers to chip development. And so it is our responsibility as the universities of Wisconsin to ensure that all Wisconsinites have basic AI literacy when engaging with these tools.
So I think a lot of people are kind of in need of reminders of how to spot AI in their life and how to use it responsibly. Could we do a little rapid fire round of things to look for to tell if something's real, or general AI hygiene tips?
First, you should always assess whether you should be taking a problem to AI or not. That's important. That critical thinking step. Is this an AI question, or is this a question that I should just ask a human? The other thing is, and it's a new world of scams and phishing with AI. So if someone you know is reaching out to you and asking for money or Roblox gift cards, it could just be an AI trying to scam you. And this can even involve a phone call or a video. AI is very integrated into these other forms. It's a multimodal technology. There's other aspects to think about too. What type of data is the AI collecting from you? So if it's asking for social security numbers, banking details, passwords, student records, or even health information, you should not be giving those to an AI space. There's other areas too to think about from visual AI. So oftentimes when you see an image that is not real, there'll be some form of an AI generated watermark. That's not always the case. We have to be skeptical now more than ever of what we see. Sometimes online videos are short, they're showing one perspective. It can oftentimes be an AI. Other times there's just visual tells. A hand may have 6 fingers instead of 5, those types of things. So we just have to be more critical now more than ever. But the biggest thing is to use well-known tools, avoid sharing confidential data with these spaces. You need to verify important claims independently of the AI. So if there's something that's truly critical to your role or a decision you're making, AI should not be the final decider for you. And you also should always treat any output from AI as a draft, not the authority of it. We're partnering with these tools. We're using our own human critical thinking and expert knowledge. And you should always anonymize text when possible when working with AI.
Thanks so much for those tips. Is there anything else you want people to know about the future of AI or what they can do now to prepare?
Sure. I just would add that AI literacy is such a critical next step. Everyone needs it. What's so great about the ASAP passport is that we've given you a 7-step video on-ramp to really understand artificial intelligence and have a just foundational grasp of it. If you visit the website wisconsin.edu/ASAP, there's also additional AI offerings if you want to take your education further around AI. It's just a great place to start for so many folks. There's just so many people that are the conduit between this technology and different populations of our state. And right now, we just can't afford to treat AI literacy as peripheral because it's quickly becoming part of what it means to be educated in these spaces.
Thank you so much. The very real and not AI-generated voice of Emily Laird at UW-Stout. Thanks so much for chatting with me about this today.
Thanks, Katie.
Emily Laird is an AI integration specialist at UW-Stout. She spoke with WUWM education reporter Katherine Kokal.
That was the Lake Effect Spotlight podcast. It comes from WUWM, Milwaukee's NPR station. Lake Effect is WUWM's talk show all about what's happening in the city. If you want to hear more conversations like this, subscribe to the Lake Effect Spotlight podcast, and you'll hear highlights from the show. If you want to hear the full show, it's on the radio at noon, Monday through Friday, on 89.7